Hi, this is Johnny with JK Peris. I'm just going to talk today about our TT-30 machine here, and just a couple quick maintenance tips that we get a lot of calls on, and it's important information. We've got a bunch of these out in the field now, and there's not a lot of information on how to take care of a couple simple issues. The majority of the time when people call us, they're calling because they believe that their motor has stopped working, the belt's no longer turning, and they think it's a motor issue. And 9 times out of 10, it's either a dirt and grime issue under the belt, acting like glue, holding the belt in place, or it's a over-tightening of the belt, which is even the worst problem. So I'm just going to show you real quickly a couple tips we tell everybody, and we've been telling everybody to combat that issue. The first one is cleaning. End of every day, we recommend cleaning. We do suggest our customers get a degreaser. We use this one. We buy it at local Dollar General. LA is totally awesome. It's a super concentrated degreaser. It works great. What we recommend every day, at the end of the day, for mine I would do it every day, certainly once a week. Turn your machine off, and then there's a opening here on the side of the machine. There's one there and one on the other side. And what we recommend doing is sticking a butter knife or something small, flat, that you can get in there, get underneath the belt, like so, and then just throw 5 or 6 squirts as far in there as underneath. You can spray down through the lacing of your belt, and that'll get underneath there a little bit. And you can do it on both sides, on the other port there. And then once you have that in there, turn the machine back on, let it run for a couple minutes, 2 to 5 minutes, something like that. And that's going to break up a lot of that gunk and beer and soda and whatever else down there. It's very important. Sometimes people call, they let the machine turned off, set overnight, and that soda and beer lock their belt down so tight that their motor won't turn, their belt will not start the next day, and it's as simple as just keeping it clean. The next thing is belt tracking. You can see I've got this one set so you can see the gap between the wall and the belt here is quite a bit bigger. Over here the belt's almost all the way up against the wall here. So that's bad, that's not good. I think what's happening is a lot of people see that belt moving and they think maybe their belt's loose, so they just start tightening. We see over tight belts. Almost every machine that I go out in the field to see, belts are too tight. What that does is starts pulling away, splitting the lacing, put strain on the motor, put strain on every bearing, the belt itself. It's no good. So you want the belt to be running in the center, and you want it loose. So to fix this problem, I always suggest loosening, never tightening, loosening the belt. So here, each machine comes with a wrench similar to this, if not this exact same one. And then on the back of the machine, there's a bolt here on the left side, and there's a bolt here on the right side, and those will adjust the belt. So here again, we have this belt, and it needs to come over to this wall. There's a bigger gap between the belt and the wall on this side than there is on this side. So we need to just walk the belt over. And we put the belt in, or the wrench in that bolt. I'm going to give it about a half of a turn. And then I'm just going to let it sit for 5 or 10 minutes, small increments, let the belt wander over. I don't want to make too much of an adjustment, then you'll be fighting it and have to bring it back the other way. So I'm going to let that sit here for a minute while I grab my wrench. The only other real maintenance you have to do is greasing the bearings. The back bearings are underneath here, and they are sealed bearings. They don't need any maintenance. You should not have a problem with them. So here's the motor cover. In this case, it's underneath the printer, but that's not in all cases. And there's 2 bolts holding that in. A wrench on it. And you loosen this up. This probably needs to be done maybe once a year. Certainly, maybe every 6 months, but I would think once a year. We send all of our bearings out. They leave the shop here fully greased and working good. And probably once a year. I mean, if you're starting to hear noise, you might pull this cover off and see. You know what? Probably a good idea to stop the machine to do this. Okay, so that's off. Here's the bearing. You can see the grease fitting right here, and it just got a little cap on it. Pull that off. That's your grease fitting. On the other side of the machine, here's the other bearing covers right here. There's one bolt. This one you don't have to take off. You just give a couple cranks on that bolt there and pull it right off. And there's the grease fitting. We use just grease that you get from your local auto parts store or whatever, just a general purpose grease. Any grease gun. Pretty standard equipment. If you have one of our machines, you probably should have one of those grease guns. So back to tracking, we can see here, I said 10 minutes, it's only been a couple of minutes, and now already the belt is starting to move over. So in a few more minutes, if you notice it hasn't, after 10 minutes, moved as far as you want, give it another tiny little turn on that wrench, and it'll walk over. Key is loose and in the center. So that's about it. I'm going to get into another video about sensors and resetting sensors for those issues as they arise. Certainly if you have any other issues with it, you can give us a call and we'll be able to help you through anything. Thanks for watching. I hope that helped.